up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
That's the point. The point is a relay that goes from you to me, and that is how we know it's time to start the show.
I mean, I guess it could be a lot more simple. You could sit here, then you would have a clear vantage point.
We have already.
It's not as fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have already established the bit. Stop letting people inside. We've already established the bit. This is how it goes. It's a relay point. Welcome to the Accredited, powered by 10th year seniors here on Guardian Radio 96.9. I'm Ronaldo, and the Christmas season is nothing but stress and headaches.
I'm Ricardo. I still don't understand where all the traffic coming from.
And I'm John Mark. Shout out to the Candyman.
Oh, we got a lot to get into with the Candyman.
I guarantee you nobody know who the Candyman is.
Oh, they
learn
about to
today.
learn. They about to learn today. Our first segment called What's the Lead? As you know, this is where we bring you the most riveting sports topic of the week. It's not even going to be sports all the time, but we will bring you the most riveting topic of the week, the one that captivated us, the one that should have captivated your attention. And if you missed it, then we'll tell you all about it. As John alluded to, darts had a moment. Rashad Sweeting had a moment. The Candyman had a moment.
The Candyman.
So,
I
Sweeting,
just want to know who came up with the nickname.
oh, the people in England.
Okay, cool. Because is it the teeth?
It's many things.
Okay.
His last name.
His last name, Sweeting.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean,
But he go across the pond and guess
It's
what?
British.
Legend. legend.
Other than Ricky Gervais, how many of them are really funny?
That's true.
How
That's true.
many of them are funny?
That's true.
I mean, come on. Okay, so here's the thing. Rashad Sweeting, a darts player from the Bahamas, went through a very rigorous qualification process, qualified out of the Latin American region, and made it to the most prestigious tournament, the most prestigious event in the sport.
And let's not forget, he's the first one ever of any country to qualify through this
out
program.
of that region. Yeah. So to have a Bahamian be the first in anything, always a big deal for us, right? And to be these sports that is off the beaten path, because think about it, the major sports we take recreationally. So ain't nobody over here taking darts seriously.
I didn't even know we had a dart program. I didn't even know darts was actually a professional sport until right now.
Well, we just pre-show meeting, we showed Cotto what it's like at the Paddy Power World Championships in England, and it is an energy unlike anything we've
I
experienced over
invite
here.
anybody who has the ability right now to pull up a clip on YouTube. Just look it up. I was surprised that there was a crowd, that the crowd was that lively, and they was that interested in it. He had the crowd wrapped around his fingers that night.
Think about it like this way. Thousands of people, not joking, thousands of people, they live and die with every single throw. They react to every single throw, whether it's good or bad. The energy that fills the stadium where they're doing this, I haven't seen it for anything else where it's that engaged for every single play.
People are dressed up as Super Mario.
Oh,
Dressed
there's
up
also
as bananas.
there's also cosplay.
Yes, they are dressed up to the T, drinking their beer while this happens. I think we might have to change our top 5.
Oh, they all drunk.
What makes it even better is I always just tell people Bahamians have this natural ability just to be funny.
Yes.
So putting him in this scenario was like the perfect mix. It was the perfect storm.
So now we get into it, right? So it's a historical moment for us just because you have a Bahamian reach this level. He went viral because he became the story. He owned the moment. Rashad Sweeting was not just there playing. He was there to be the star. He is the only player, and the London press there, they said it. He's the only player to be eliminated and have a press briefing. Like, just him. They usually only talk to the winners because it's a long tournament. I think a week-long tournament. You talk to the winners, you get your content, you move on. His match was so compelling, and he became such a star. They was like, nah, we got to talk to this dude. Like, he is the one we got to talk to.
It sounded funny because when he said it, he was just like, the person approached me and says, you know, we usually don't do this, but do you mind? And it's just like,
Do I mind?
Do I mind? Let's go. Where the cameras is, where the mic is.
He was waiting for that.
He lived up to the moment. Like, this is someone who, if you think about it, nobody really knew what goes on in the darts world
No.
per se, right? Except that they follow us
Yeah.
because we always letting people know what's the most up to date stuff.
We out here.
But it's like someone that really doesn't have any media training here per se. Man, I was just like, this dude is a great interview. This dude like just caught every single journalist.
It's
like,
quite clear that the moment didn't get
yeah,
there.
no, it's quite clear he was made for this, and I just hope that it can. If he's there longer, he said January.
Oh, he's
5th,
he's gonna be there.
He
for the
needs to
entire
be
time.
like on the broadcast and be able to do stuff with darts because that's going to open his brand up. But then open up the stuff down here.
When he gets back home, I need
Junk
him.
Canoe Rush Hour.
Junk Canoe Parade.
I need him to sit down.
Way forward.
I just need to know the process. Like somebody had to whisper to me, but like you really good at this.
So here's the thing, and they asked him about that because they were like, "What's the dart scene like in the Bahamas?" It's so much to get to with this. I feel like we could go the whole half hour just talking about darts, right? So I want to start with his actual performance. So he was going against DeGraff. I can't remember his first name, but anyway,
Jacob? No.
maybe you're thinking of Jacob DeGraff.
DeGraff, yeah.
Right. So anyway, his first name doesn't matter. He wasn't the star of this, even though he won.
What?
Okay, so going against DeGraff, who has appeared in the World Championship 7 times. They have no film on Rashad Sweeting. He is according to them, he is from nowhere because the Bahamas is not
In
registered.
like 3 of the
in
news
dart
articles I
circle.
read, they referred to his home state as the Bahamas.
Yeah.
As Barbados.
This is what I'm saying. So it doesn't even register on their radar. So DeGraff thinking, just walking through this, like I'm about to dominate. He even said in his post-game interview, I wasn't a favorite in any match all year, but I know I'm a big favorite going into this one. Cool.
Jeffrey.
Nope. Jeffrey. Anyway,
Shout out to Jeffrey though.
yeah,
He won, but he showed respect.
Jeffrey gave us his props. So Rashad Sweeting comes out and he just owns it. Like he's playing to the crowd. He was so interactive with the crowd there. He said there was a fan, I think it might have been a kid, but a fan that he talked to who's a fan of Chelsea. And he said, you know what? When you do this, I can't remember what the things and do this are called.
Celebrate, yeah.
Yeah, but
when you get a 180.
when you get a 180, whatever that means, when you get a 180, do the celebration of this famous Chelsea player. And
It's called the 2 code.
that thing.
Yeah.
So he does the 2 cold celebration and the crowd just eats it up. So for you to just have the wherewithal to say, yeah, I don't even know what this is. I don't watch this sport, but I'm going to do this celebration because they feeding into it. That shows the kind of showmanship he has. Like when he was out there and he was making big plays, turning to the crowd, pointing, because all of his pictures,
I
you
try to
see him
imagine-
engaging with the crowd.
I try to imagine if this was just he was so hyped in the moment that he just had one of those, like good sports players
Yeah.
that would tell you, I just had a blackout.
Blackout,
Like,
yeah.
I try to figure if that was this for him.
The crazy thing is, it's like he won the first set. So he won the first set, and he had 5 chances to win that second set, which he didn't, and he would have been up 2-0. So it's not like he got there and he got creamed. He got there and he put on a show, and it's like one of those Disney movies, like, yeah, you didn't win, but
A Stars
you
Born.
you didn't get beat bad.
Honestly, it was really like a Disney movie because
I couldn't imagine if he won. They would have probably shut down the whole thing that day.
so a big part
Probably would have.
a big part about this is, like I said, they cheer and they boo for everything. And he said he actually wanted to get booed because he wanted the full experience. They didn't boo him a single time. Not one single time. Like you could have went there, this person from nowhere, just be completely ignored, completely overwhelmed. Nuh-uh. Not Rashad Sweeting. Became the star. And like John said, he feels like he has a future in the broadcast aspect of this because his interviews were so good. They were asking him about what the darts culture is like in the Bahamas, and he basically was like, yeah, it's recreational. It's like a couple people, we go to bars here and there, but it's not taken seriously like where you're actually pursuing this outside
he
of
probably
a very
I'm
small
not
group.
trying to knock his story, but that wouldn't even be true. I can't tell you the last 5 minutes, and somebody's like, "Hey, let's just play darts." So now I gotta go to every bar
We have
in
to.
Nassau, just looking like,
All right.
let's do this practice.
Where have you-
We ended the newscast by saying that we got to
Where
find
have
where
you
it is.
seen I've seen a dartboard at Taj Mahal. Cricket club has to have a dartboard.
I think they do.
Like
they do.
I would put money that they have. But then after that, it's
But
just
that's
like
not. Those are not bars. That's the issue. So you try to tell me in the
they
middle
have
of a
bars
good
there.
day.
You know what my big question was? where did he learn the showmanship for this? Because even if you're playing in the small darts
don't think
community, they ain't playing in front of no
Nah,
crowds.
that's what I'm saying. I don't think it was showmanship. I think it was just like him being natural.
No,
like
that
how
dude
he-
is a showman, Carter.
No, what I'm saying is that's how he naturally is.
Oh,
in the first
yeah,
place.
yeah.
So it's just like, all right, we having fun. Let's do it.
You saying Bahamian's just naturally
That's
funny.
it. That's it. That's it. That's all it was. That's all it was. But power to him, bro. He went on a major stage all the way to the UK and dominated the sports that most of us don't even pay attention to.
So here's the thing, right? And they asked him how long he was going to be there. So the PDC World Dart Championship ends on the 3rd. So I think it started on the 15th and ends on the 3rd. And he was like, well, I'm going to be here until the 5th. And in my mind, I was like, this man planned to make it to the finals. He planned to be there until the 3rd.
Yo,
and then just have 2 days to play around with.
I think the cherry on top of this is when you told me he's an immigration officer.
He's an immigration officer.
Dude, so he had to apply for like paid time off for that. So I can imagine the conversation
Well, I
back
feel
and
like
forth.
they,
that's national
aren't they
team
having
stuff.
Aren't they having some kind
We
of?
have a national dart team, John. Stop
He
playing
is
with
a
me.
He's a national dart team.
No, they have a team because they had to go
Yeah.
through the qualifying process. They had to go to Chile and he had to qualify for this. John, on
Shut-
one leg, recovering from his surgery, almost went out there to
Almost
go
went-
cover it.
Yeah. I should have gone at this thinking about it, boy.
Look at
Boy.
what it turned into.
But the thing
That
is,
would've been
I was
exclusive.
looking online. Yeah, I was looking online, and there was just like there was no one saying what times they were starting. If I would have known what time, then I could have planned my day and probably gone because I had my gear with me. It's not like I didn't have my
Okay, see,
gear.
the story got typed. I forgot to do the phone lines today. Tell the phone lines are open. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, or toll free at 300-5720. Text lines are also open. 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Powered by BTC. Join the conversation. If you've ever played darts anywhere in Nassau, you've come across, what's the name again? I don't get it wrong.
Rashad Sweeting.
Rashad Candyman Sweeting, please let us know. Because I don't believe that all of this is real. I don't believe that all this happened this past week.
I feel like just off this performance, the Walk of Fame or whatever.
Come on.
Throw him up
Let's
there
go.
right now. Let's go.
Get his
Put
excellency.
him in the airport.
Get his excellency Jamal
go.
Roll
Like,
on the job.
This is
Like,
the first person to do this at that level. Like, no, man, we got to prop our own right now.
Get that pencil and paper, bro. Like, let's get working.
Walk of Fame down by the stadium. Walk of the Hall of Fame thing at the airport. Let's go. I want people to know what's going on.
And he should be in, well, the darts community, please reach out to us and let us know like where y'all be popping. Because I feel like his picture needs to be in those places as well.
I just forbid it the day he
sure.
goes back to work and tells the story.
Look,
well,
nobody
hold
watched
on.
it.
Gato.
I know for a fact nobody watched it. So I
They-
need to see.
They working right now? Because things at the airport.
Well, no, that's customs.
Yeah.
I think
I
Christian
know.
will do next
No,
week.
I know, but
Right.
I'm saying it doesn't seem to y'all like
Maybe
things
that's
are
why he's gone
connected
to
here.
January 1st.
That's probably why he know he can go up until exactly. He's like, well, we up next, so I got a couple
saying-
days.
I just saying a lot
All
of
I know
things
is-
out there seem like it's connected.
We need
You
to
start
give-
with- you go from airline to custom.
Give them flowers now. Let's
Yeah.
go. We need to have a whole press conference because we know you love press conference. Bring the minister, bring the PM, bring everyone. This man deserves that.
Junk
I ain't
knew
even joking.
Junk knew rush out for sure.
And his choice of band.
His choice.
His choice.
His choice. He going way forward.
I would hope so.
Okay. I want to pivot quickly to another sport off the beaten path that made historic waves. Cricket.
Our former national
Our
sport.
former national sport.
They coming back.
They took it away, and now sailing is a national sport, and cricket is like, not so fast, my friend. Because cricket got something to say.
They don't. They don't. The group of 20 probably does, but as a sport, they don't. But keep going.
Okay,
Cricket
so
club, though.
the Bahamas, there's a whole club. The Bahamas national, the men's senior national team advanced.
I was shocked when I found out we had a senior men's national team. That blew my mind.
Advanced to the regional final for the International Cricket Council T20 World Cup qualifier. Why you laugh?
It's a mouthful. Pause.
ICC.
I appreciate that.
Why you laugh? So they played the sub-regional final in Argentina. It was a lot going on in Argentina.
Man, shout out to Bahamians in Argentina the last couple of years because, woo, boy, we've been beating them bad.
BTA. We've been beating Argentina in everything. We beat Argentina in cricket. We beat Argentina in basketball twice on their own floor.
Didn't we beat Argentina at beach soccer too at one? The women's beach soccer thing?
We may have.
I don't know. We just been
Your
beating them.
memory's better than mine. Kaizen them beat them once
Yeah,
in baseball. Like Argentina. What's up? Anyway, so
I don't
They-
think we beat them in soccer. Any type.
So They won. I think they went 6-2 in the tournament. So 3 teams from that tournament will advance to the. You had to finish top 3 in that tournament to advance to the regional final. They did this, and they beat some pretty big names. When it comes to cricket, I assume we would be the smallest name there because we don't have an international standing, so to speak.
I just know Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana is really good.
Well, no,
That's
they're
all
the
I
West
know about
Indies,
them.
and that's what I was telling now.
So this was John's theory with the whole thing. Explain your.
I was like, man, how could we get attached to the West Indies so then all of a sudden we got a great team? Because it's like now you have a top 10 team like you just fallen on being a part of, and now it's like he doesn't think, and this is why I disagree with him to my cricket people, he doesn't think anyone from the Bahamas could get on that team. And I'm like, I disagree. But anyways, that's a story for another day.
We
hold on.
have no expertise in this arena whatsoever. We have no idea what we're talking about.
See,
But
this is why I love
completely
David
just
so much.
theorizing.
Really got to do something once half decent. It'll be the best of it. So, like, do we even have the talent to compete?
We in the regional final.
We competed.
Who else is in the region beyond Argentina?
A lot of countries. Why are you making me go
No,
to the
Cuba
story?
ain't in.
I
So
don't think
what
they
is it?
play
It's-
cricket like that.
It's Caymans.
Filibuster. I'm gonna go to the
Caymans in
story.
Canada, and then it'll be the 2 teams that were ahead.
All right.
So those are the
go.
ones that have already advanced. But I'm gonna because Carter wants to know.
But
can
I'm
we
pretty
play-
sure we can beat
Let's-
Cayman
but let's
and
put it this
Canada.
way.
They're not big cricket
we
communities.
beat Brazil, right?
Are we a big cricket community?
I mean, compared to them.
Come on,
Hold
Carter.
on. Let's put some math in here.
All right, I'll let you know who all we beat.
Let me know who.
Okay. We beat Mexico
Mexico's
to clinch our spot in the next
Mexico
round.
has what? How much millions of people?
We beat, like we said, we beat
From that
Argentina.
standpoint.
We
From that
beat
standpoint.
Argentina. We beat
34 million.
We beat Brazil.
230 million.
We beat Panama.
Must be like 5-6 million.
We beat Belize.
Belize is small.
They have Shine as an
Yeah.
MP though, so that's a
Is
thing.
he like the PM now?
Yeah, he's something. And we beat Suriname.
Oh, Suriname's small.
Yeah, but none of those countries are like cricket powerhouses.
Neither are we. You saying this like we some kind of cricket
No, I'm
powerhouse?
just thinking about like the West Indies.
Mexico's 128 million people, so
I
we
think
almost
We beat 128 million Mexicans.
Sergeant, be so proud of y'all.
Make America great again.
We really got 80 million strong. But all I'm saying
800
is,
million.
all I'm saying is, I don't consider us like, and I could be wrong. Forgive me, cricket community. Not sure about the sport. How good are we actually at cricket? I
Good
feel
enough,
like I do
good
right
enough
now.
to make it to one tournament away from the World Cup.
You're so lucky, Paul Thompson. You're listening.
Fair point. Fair point. We have a call. Caller, go ahead.
Hi, good morning. How you doing?
Hi, good morning.
That's good. I just want to chime in on the dart conversation. As a dart shooter myself, we are very proud of Rashad.
Yeah.
He has been shooting in the league for a very long time. So, having the Bahamian represent the Bahamas as on a worldwide platform is awesome. But just to give some highlights, we do have about 17 to 18 dart teams in our league of 200 plus members.
Wow.
And we do shoot every Wednesday night.
Give us some of the
You could
spots.
probably go to- I'm sorry?
No, I was saying give us some of the spots, or is it just one place that you guys
it's
shoot
the
at?
Cricket Club, we have Four Walls on Village Road. We also have Taj Mahal. We have Big Boys. We have Trudy's on our. We also have Aldecas on Gladstone Road, Conch Hill on
got a lot of
East Street
places.
South. It's several places that have dart tournaments going on every Wednesday night.
So
And each competition starts at about 8 o'clock.
can you do us a favor and send us an email with a schedule if you have one at info@10ys.com so we can start trying to get more coverage on darts? Because, like I
That would
said,
be awesome because we've been trying to get numerous of coverages on darts for years. And it's unfortunate that it has to take this moment for darts to be recognized because on our NDA board, which is the National Darts Association board, has been trying to have the media come out to visit these locations to broadcast darts for years. And even though it's unfortunate, it's still a happy situation where we are being recognized, our players are being recognized, and hopefully more people will come into the league, and it will be a much bigger event than it is right now.
I mean,
So we do
I don't
have
want-
members also that goes to the States to participate in Cherry Bomb, which is a yearly competition in Florida.
Uh-huh.
So we do have members that goes there. There are Caribbean Cups that our members recently went to. So it's different. It's various competitions that our local DOD members do participate in.
I don't want to make it all about Rashad, but just touch on some of the work that he's put in over the last couple of months to prepare for a tournament like this.
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
How much work did Rashad put in to prepare for a competition like this?
Oh, Rashad, he's a beast. He is one of our top players. He also teaches the youth league of our association, because we do have a youth league going on, and he is one of the coaches for the team, including Liz. So he does put in a lot of work, and he doesn't keep his talent to himself. He tends to help others to get better at the formation of releasing the darts and how to go about counting your darts and making sure that, because the name of the game is doubling out. So you have to double out in order to win. So, he is an all-around player. He's very encouraging in the game as well. So, we all are rooting for him. We're hoping that he does well. And you never know, more members will follow in his footsteps.
Perfect. But we hope as soon as Rashad gets back, we have the ability to bring him on the show and we can sit down and dive into the sport a little bit more. But thank you for your call and continue to listen.
Most definitely. Thank you also.
All right, so definitely I'm going to one of these spots. Not only do I want to watch and be a part of the crowd and I want to shout things and probably cosplay and do all of that stuff, but now I actually want to learn because I feel like I want to be a part of this league. So not only did they get some new media coverage, now you got possibly a new player on the horizon because I feel like I'm going to be good at this.
Caller, go ahead.
How you doing, buddy?
All's good, man. You're live, go.
Media, at times, a real media story is actually the source of the story. Now, I think, the folks are going to show up here trying to see exactly where this guy came from.
Can you turn on your radio in the background so we can hear you a bit clearer?
Okay, yeah. Okay. I think the media is going to show up just to see where this guy came from.
Did you pay attention to the sport prior to, or?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And that shift you saw in terms of how the media operates, it hinged on the fact that that a real story was unfolding.
All right.
Agreed. And like we were saying, that thank you for the call. Yeah, like we were saying, the reason why he got so much attention is because, he's from a place that they were not accustomed to seeing someone. Well, he's the first Bahamian, so they'd never seen someone from this country get to that point before. That's a story within itself. And then you had his personality and the way he performed that made it a viral moment. So, yeah, the call is absolutely right. And this happens a lot in Bahamian sports at different levels. You've seen it happen in basketball. You've seen it happen in baseball. You've seen it happen in track and field. They want to know if there are more diamonds there to be unearthed because they want to know if Rashad Sweeting's from there and he's this good and he is this, then what else is coming out of this program?
Like I said, it was a surprise to me. And the first caller touched on it, like,
crazy. I did not know it was that big.
17 teams going every Wednesday.
17 teams.
Like, to me, that's spectacular to have that kind of audience and no coverage.
But so much wings on a Wednesday.
So when we were watching the highlights, because the highlights are the best part of the whole thing, the commentator said something and he said, you got to understand, to get to the position where the Candyman got to, because, you got to call him by
Sick
the
name,
Candyman.
by the way. Sick name.
Sweet name.
He had to win. You have to win in order to get in that position. And he is, at the end of the day, used to being the last one smiling at these tournaments. So I wouldn't say that the moment was too big.
No, it's definitely not.
Yeah, it's just he was used to going to the tournaments and being a top 2 finisher, the number 1 overall finisher type thing in these tournaments. So he had that's what they talk about being the poster boy of this league for the Central American and Caribbean region. He was able to win to get where he had to go. So it's not like it's something new. Yeah. He was a winner before he got there. So let's also remember that he's a winner before he got to this tournament.
Yeah, because if he doesn't go and win in Chile, then we don't have this great moment here. Then it just fades. It fades by the wayside. Maybe we put it on the news, but then that'll be the end of it. But it doesn't turn into this global story. So shout outs to the Candyman for making all that happen, man. Darts is now at the forefront, and it even stole away the thunder we had talking about cricket.
Got something to do on Wednesday nights now.
We didn't always have something to do on Wednesday night.
Doesn't really happen. It used to be an NBA night, but we can get to the ratings because
This is why they pay you the big bucks, because that is going to segue into what we are going to talk about in the second half. It is now halftime. When we get back, we need to talk about the status of the Bahamians in the NBA. There's a lot in flux right now, but we're going to dish. It's Christmas season, so we got to talk NBA when we get back.
Bombers bullshit.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Always on the go? Missed a show? You can now listen to Guardian Radio talk shows anytime, anywhere on Spotify and YouTube by searching Guardian Radio 96.9 FM or by entering the name of your favorite show. You can also listen by logging on to GuardianTalkRadio.com and clicking on the podcast tab. Guardian Radio, continuing to provide you with fresh news and smart talk anywhere, anytime, all day.
1 in every 4 Bahamians face some level of food insecurity. AML Foods remains committed to helping, and this year, through our Feed 5,000 program, will donate $30,000 to provide holiday meals to families in need. But we need your help. From November 4th to December 18th, show your support and donate at the register at Solomon's, Costrite, Fresh Market, Exuma Markets, or Domino's Pizza in Nassau, Grand Bahama, or Exuma. Together, let's put an end to hunger.
Let's face it, life is hard, but your healthcare doesn't have to be. Give yourself peace of mind with LAMP plans at Doctors Hospital. Sign up today and enjoy the low-cost advantage. Get up to $5,000 in credit limit for non-covered services and 2 free nutritional consultations. Choose your plan today by visiting doctorshosp.com/lamp. We make health easy.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
I got the point. You get it?
yes,
Literally and metaphorically.
yes.
Welcome back to the Accredited, powered by 10th year seniors here on Guardian Radio 96.9. I'm Ronaldo, and switching barbers a month ago was probably the smartest decision I've ever made in my life.
I'm Ricardo, and I just switched up Alvin Fox. So
Well, I'm John Mark, and
Yeah.
I haven't gotten a haircut like in 9 months, so.
Mark's safe. Get it? Because his name's also John Mark.
we get it.
All right, cool. So in the second half of the show, I wanted to shift gears and talk about the NBA. There's always a lot to talk about, and I feel like we have kind of shelved it for the first few shows because
LeBron.
not just that, but because NBA season really gets into gear after Christmas Day, right? Oh, John is producing Carter by telling him, please.
I was going to get to it. So if you want to join the second half of the conversation today, phone lines are open. You can reach us at 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, or toll free 300-5720. Guardian text line is also open, powered by BTC 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Join the conversation.
And this conversation is, like I said, it's going to be about NBA. I got to start with Buddy. So the situation is in flux for everybody. I don't know what's going on in Golden State right now. Golden State Started off hot when Buddy was getting a whole lot of minutes at the 2, getting playing time. They were even winning games without Steph Curry. He was shooting at a 47% clip from 3, was having some big games, big moments. You saw those minutes start to get reduced. You saw him start to go back to the bench, and it feels like we went back into this endless cycle that we've been on since New Orleans days. And now the Warriors have just been free falling.
I don't think his production has fallen off. I think whatever is going on with that team has kind of read its head. And I think there needs to be a drastic change. I don't know if Dennis Schroeder is that change. Of course, the problem is he's going to take minutes away from Buddy. But when you look at the system itself, he's not a better shooter. So I'm not sure what it is that they're trying to achieve with this move. But I think it's the overall conversation we need to have about the NBA that is troubling. For my whole life, people used to say 82 games was too much because it puts a strain on the player. I'm not sure if it's a strain. I just don't think these guys interested them more in the first half of the season. Like the NBA Cup was something the last 2 years to get people hyped up, but there wasn't even hype for that. Like the finals happened.
It's hype for the players. They get $500,000.
I don't even feel like the energy was there. Vegas.
Yeah, and that's going to be the thing. It's like you're better off taking that NBA Cup and playing it in actual Dubai or in London, or take them to
Bahamas.
Well, we don't have enough people to sit in the stadium at Kendall Isaacs or Atlantis or Bahama. But anyways, I feel like that NBA Cup, if you want to make it like, I guess with more fan interaction, you got to take it to a Europe, you got to take it to a South America, you got to take it to a Mexico, because I feel like those fans will eat that up way more than the American fan.
You think it's the players not feeling the energy from the crowds anymore? Because basketball just feels dull the last couple of months.
Football. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
Football.
Circle back to the Buddy point.
Go ahead.
So I just want to know, what do we think is the next step for this? What is happening with this? Because I think
he's on the block.
Once Klay
He's always on the block.
So that's where we were going to get to, right? Once Klay Thompson left, I think for the Warriors, it was Brandon Podziemski is going to step in, and he's going to fill that role. He is not the player that Klay Thompson is on either side of the ball, much more of a do-everything facilitator kind of player than the marksman or defender that Klay Thompson was in his heyday. So you bring in someone to supplant the skill set that he doesn't have, like Buddy. Steve Kerr has been very vocal that I don't think Podziemski got it. It's like he's taking a step back. So now it's like the Warriors are reeling, but I feel like they had so much more problems other than the backcourt. But
they have no bigs.
Buddy always seems to be a scapegoat. Their front court, there's nobody bigger than 6'9".
Buddy has always been the scapegoat.
How long was Kevon Looney and Draymond Green at 6'8", 6'9" going to be your main front court? They tried with James Wiseman, didn't work out, but they never went after size outside of that.
Pause.
You can get fined.
All I'm saying is, Buddy's problem has always been defense. That's what they need next to Steph Curry, somebody that plays lockdown defense. And I hate to say it, he could make up the shooting that they missed with Klay Thompson. But that defensive element to run that team next to Draymond Green, that's not Buddy. So I think from that standpoint, it was a troubling fit.
And one of the biggest things is it's not like Buddy doesn't try to play defense. It just happens that who he has to guard, and this is the problem. They put him against the best player half the time. They put him against James Harden.
They put Steph.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean? It's like, so you're playing against one of the top 10 elite.
Will Andrew Wiggins do something?
This is why I said earlier, the problem with the Golden State Warriors is way beyond Buddy. And it's now rearing its head again. It's the same struggles. It's the same struggles that they did with, that they had with Klay Thompson. When Klay got up in age, that's the reason his knees started to break down the way it did. That's the reason he had the Achilles. Because you put the kind of pressure on him to be the person ranging the front court. That's tough.
So, like we mentioned, yeah, we do feel like he's on the block again because his name has been mentioned his name is constantly mentioned in trade talks. But one he has been linked to is a deal bringing Jimmy Butler to Golden State, which would possibly land Buddy in Miami unless a third team is involved. His contract is something very attractive to teams, right, which is why he's always going to be a part of things like this. And his skill set is something that's always going to be used.
A bad fit.
I don't like the fit either.
I see. Here's the thing.
He seems so happy in Golden State. That's what would bother me if this happens.
He does seem happy.
He gets to shoot.
But also, I feel that culturally, he will fit the Heat because of his work ethic.
And he fits anywhere because of that. Like
I feel like more so with the Heat because they would see him in the gym the whole time and they'd be like, okay, no, this is a player that we like. But I feel they had Gabe Vincent. They had with Duncan Robinson. They had Max
Strus, yeah.
Strus. They were able to fill
Hey,
those players in.
everybody there got a bag.
Everyone got a bag, yes. They had those players where they were able to utilize them better. I think in the Heat system,
Sir.
no, there's no sir yet. In the Heat system, he would be able to unleash his whole potential offensively, and then they will be able to use defensively. They'll be able to put other people on and put them against weaker offensive players.
John is kind of selling me on this Heat thing. I'm not gonna lie, and I know he is thinking from a content perspective. I know him.
He's missing one big factor though.
Send me to Miami more.
What is the Heat structure beyond Jimmy Butler?
I can never be working, huh?
What is the Heat structure beyond Jimmy
Well,
Butler?
if they trade Jimmy Butler, then
Tyler Hero.
yeah, they would have a structure.
You could imagine Tyler Hero and Buddy Hield together.
Yeah.
I just did. Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Buddy Hield.
All they do is throw it up shot.
Eastern Conference contenders.
Warriors 2.0.
What?
Warriors 2.0.
Everything cool. Y'all just will go by out.
Tyler Hero is Tyler Hero is playing amazing right now. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
You know where Tyler Hero went to school. Don't do that. Yeah. You know where Bam went to school. Don't
Yeah,
do
one
that.
of them dudes who go to that school too. He show up every now and again.
Y'all ain't have none of them like that though.
Anyway, I think him on the Heat would be a great fit.
I'm sold on it.
I just think Coach
listen,
Spo, it's just like
I respect Spo.
I think
Yes.
Spo would be, and
Yes.
I would feel like, for example, if Buddy went to a San Antonio, they would know how to use him properly and get the most
That's
out
the-
of him.
that's the benefit.
And that's the whole thing. What I'm saying, is it the best fit that he would have? No, but it will be the best coaching that he will be able to get to be able to maximize his game.
Yeah. No, I just think the San Antonio move would be perfect because it allows him to play off ball and allow Chris Paul to set him up, and he can range, he can move, he can beat a JJ Redick.
There's another trade possibility that he's been linked to, and that's Robert Williams III in Portland. Golden State is looking for size. Portland,
Y'all still trying to make this happen.
Portland has a log jam in the front court, obviously, with Ayton, Klingon, their draft pick, and then Time Lord. If that... What? That's his
Why
name?
didn't you call him Time?
That's his nickname. Anyway, so if that trade does happen, you got a Buddy Ayton matching up in Portland?
And then think of this. They tank enough to get VJ.
Tank enough to get VJ. So here we go, and the
Then
entire
everyone's
Bahamas
Portland fans.
is going to Oregon.
We're never going to Oregon.
All right.
I
hate when you try to be the adult in the room.
I like the concept. All I'm saying is,
Thank you.
them games start at 10:30.
Them games start at 10:30.
But you're a Lakers fan.
I've not
You've been
watched a
watching-
live Laker game in like 2 years, bro.
Don't
'Cause they're not
disrespect.
good.
Don't disrespect LeBron like that.
When's the
You
last
should watch
Laker game you
everything
watched, that, like,
live
Kobe
LeBron
game?
does.
Like actual live. No, I've watched like.
You
one
watched
or
the
two
Bronny
games this
game.
year. Yeah, of course I watched that. You gotta,
course you
I
watched the
respect
Bronny,
where
yeah.
respect due.
So if Buddy does move, I'm not gonna lie, from a content perspective and from a old person having to watch games,
Yeah.
great.
Tickets now
Anyone on the
$350.
East-
So if Bob's there, show up. You can get
I
there on
mean,
time and Bob.
give me more reasons just to be in Miami randomly. I'll take it.
Probably get a better option with American Airlines, but hey, shoot your shot.
As long as they ain't sick.
I mean, bombs.
They got it's little Western Air. Well, no, Western Air can send you up to Fort Lauderdale.
I got a flight credit.
Still?
You better use that, sir.
Remember when Kaizen was going to a tournament and we got like extreme.
You better
delays,
use that. They
so I
split
got, like-
forget after December 31st.
Do they really?
Yeah, they do. You can pull up there. It's like, yeah, flight credit
So
is like,
you better just buy a
I
ticket
gotta
for
go
next
somewhere.
year.
I gotta go somewhere now.
But just buy a ticket for next year.
do it now because they can be like,
okay.
hold on, when you get this, you get this from us. It says Bahamas there on the voucher. Who else could give it to me?
I swear to dudes that like a year.
Sometimes it's a year.
All right, hold on. Okay, so now we did mention DeAndre Ayton, and like I think we've been saying for a couple of weeks, seems like an untenable situation in Portland. Seems like he's the odd man out. There's always some reason he's not on the floor.
Is he happy?
I think, how can you be happy playing meaningless basketball? I mean, yes, you happy collecting them checks, but it's obviously a youth
But
movement
should
there.
this be a opportunity for you to like show out?
I thought
He's
it would
getting
be
the
when he
minutes.
first went there. Sometimes they go with this
Yeah.
thing where they play in Klingon and they're like, we drafted a center this high. He doesn't ever shoot the ball. He just gets 20 rebounds, and that's what we want. And Ayton is like, nah, yeah, I could take these middies.
Yeah, but the
Chauncey
problem
Billups is the coach. I don't know what y'all thought y'all was gonna get.
but the problem too is when you're down by like 30,
All the time.
it's just like, all right, just
Although,
play the other players.
see, they
They beat
they're there for
Denver?
Shadon Sharp to improve. They're there for Anthony Simons to improve, for Scoot Henderson to somehow prove that he warranted being the number 2 draft pick. they're not there for those bigs.
No.
That's just what it is.
But the NBA
That's
ain't a big game no more.
That's the situation that he's in right now.
So
So,
last you watch Jokic play.
well, look, yeah, I was about to say the last
shooting
couple of
trees.
MVPs. I'll tell you when last I watched him play. When he went head to head and Ayton beat him the other night.
Yeah. How you like that?
Ayton at 15 and 14, 4 blocks,
Happens to
Four
Jokic
blocks.
out.
34.
Okay, so
Who won the game, Cardo? What are we teaching kids if not for the bottom line of who wins the
the
game?
Portland Trailblazers
We are not
somehow
here-
shocked to death.
We are not here for personal accolades.
I respect
that. Ain't
DeAndre.
how I said it on the news.
Fair.
I said DeAndre Ayton went head to head with the MVP and came out on top.
Fair point. The man had 34 now.
Okay.
12 rebounds.
What about our headline was a lie? Did he go head to head with the MVP?
He did.
Did he
Did
not
he
win?
win?
This team did.
All right then.
Fair point.
All right, moving on to Kai Jones.
He's okay.
Is he?
He's okay.
So we're fluctuating between G League and the regular and the big league roster.
It's beyond
Situation's still in flux.
It's beyond basketball with him for me.
I feel like
Fair
this.
enough. You know what?
So
that
from
is
that
actually
standpoint, as long as he's
a win is a
okay,
win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A win is
You
a
know
win.
what? That makes sense.
I look at it this
I'm with
way.
that.
I feel like Charlotte just isn't the spot at all
For anyone.
And I've seen VJ in mock drafts of Charlotte. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God, no.
Yeah.
Charlotte's not even the spot for LaMelo Ball.
Exactly. And I'm looking at
They
it,
have a
but
Chick-fil-A at the airport.
Oh, do they?
yes, they do. Miami has one too now.
Atlanta does.
Yeah, everyone has
Where
one now.
Miami get a
except us.
Chick-fil-A?
Long time in the E terminal or whatever in the E concourse.
So
See?
who
More-
here go to
More
telling you.
more of a reason Buddy should
Which
go
one
to
of
LA.
us would ever be in the E-Terminal?
I mean,
sometimes the flights from American come in there and they
sorry,
go there.
more of a reason Buddy should go to Miami.
Yeah. So, but they open up a lot of like in Kendall and stuff too.
Well,
but
let's get all of the locations where they have a Chick-fil-A and let's use this to chart NBA free agency.
That's 10107. That's what I always go to.
But I think Kai's
Thank
in
you
a
for that.
much better position right now, even though it's a two-way contract and he's fluctuating between the teams.
Even that is more stability than he's had before.
with
So that's
Charlotte.
stability.
But
Yeah.
also, one of the big things, he has veterans on the Clippers now that can help him. And it seems like
James Harden.
those players,
Kawhi coming back
yeah,
no time. So.
but those players actually like seem like they care about helping
Yeah.
the younger. No, and compared to Charlotte, like come on now, like Charlotte was just a bunch of young people who hasn't been in the league, all that. But you have established players, and now he could look at them and see, okay, this is how they practice properly. This is how they do this. This is how they talk to the coaches. Like it's just more than just saying, oh, I'm a great individual, talent, athletic player. It's like now I have to conduct myself as a professional. And he's seeing that in this organization. And especially with Ty Lue's the coach, right? Yeah, with Ty Lue. Ty Lue knows how, like, he's a player's coach. He's going to know how to deal with some of these situations. You're not getting a lot of minutes, but don't worry, because Ty Lue at one point wasn't getting a lot of minutes. But
He
then,
never was. He
yeah.
never was.
But then you
He
just
was
got
just getting stepped on.
exactly
Over. Not all.
over. Yeah.
I know.
But it's like, I feel if Kai's still in this situation, he could grow a year or two. He's going to be in a spot where Mo Bamba is always getting minutes. That's like, yeah, we want the Bahamians to be, yeah, you know, they got to be all-stars. No, man, if you're in the league for 10 years,
Yeah.
that's a great career.
Fine. Speaking of being in the league for a long time, being a specialist and having a great career, I feel like Eric Gordon's situation with the Philadelphia 76ers is also in flux because they have to just blow the entire thing up right now. No, I mean, honestly, that's one move they've made has
I
worked
laugh.
out, and that's Joel Embiid.
I laugh for one reason only. Y'all remember the Trust the Process campaign?
Everybody does.
It's still there.
Where does it go to end?
When
Never.
Joel Embiid leaves, then the Trust the Process campaign is officially over.
No, but
He's-
he could take the Trust the Process campaign to where he goes.
No, that got to be done. That got to be done. The process was getting Ben Simmons. The process was being as bad as possible, acquiring these assets, and those assets
Paul
were,
George.
were either supposed to develop or you were supposed to flip them. Actually, the only place that Trust the Process has worked, and we've seen tangible evidence of this, has been OKC, because it worked for them twice.
Fair point.
Philly has tried to do this. It hasn't worked. So Eric Gordon goes there as a veteran, expected to bolster the backcourt with shooting
So
off
this
the bench.
is more
He's out
Paul
of-
George than it is Joel Embiid, though.
It's more everything that they touch has been this way. Joel Embiid is the one in the process that's worked and still hasn't been healthy for years and still has questions about his conditioning. So when you bring in a 17-year vet like Eric Gordon, you kind of having a youth movement at the same time. You don't know which way to go, and he's left in the middle like, I don't know where I fit into this equation.
Yeah, fair point. From Moxie called out Embiid, I was like, yeah, this done. Is no coming back from it.
That's the Bahamians in the NBA, guys.
Oh,
Everyone's
Clay?
in flux.
Clay doing his thing.
Clay's fine.
Yeah, no, we still gotta shout Clay out.
Yeah, I feel like Clay is the one who has the most stability in that position right now. The Mavericks they usually have traditionally slow starts to the season because Luka plays himself into shape, which he's starting to do now because I think he just had a 40-point triple-double the other night. But immediately after that, Luka was like, "But tired."
I know they wasn't taking it serious when they saw Kyrie on. Guys, I was like, what is happening?
So
what is basketball right now?
The very next day, both Kyrie and Luka was out, and it was like, yeah.
Too much basketball.
Yeah, early basketball. That's early basketball.
Do
That's
you
what
think
it's
the
like.
league needs to shorten the season?
No.
I don't think the league needs to shorten
If
the
baseball
season.
doesn't shorten the season, the NBA don't gotta shorten the season.
I don't think the league needs to shorten the season. I think what needs to happen is both fans and front offices need to become accustomed to the fact that, okay, the best way I'll put it is
The new NBA?
not just that, but I think the NBA, all games always change. Like the whole new old NBA thing, people just got to learn to adapt with the times because we don't always want to watch the old thing. But the way Greg Popovich used to run the Spurs in their heyday was those younger dudes, those dudes from 7, 8, 9, 10 in the rotation are going to play heavily during the regular season because I know when the playoffs come, I'm going to have to rely on them at some point. I don't know why more organizations don't run things that way.
But that's not what's happening, though.
I know that's not what's happening, but I feel like that is the most logical approach to going through this 82-game grind. It makes sense. Does it not?
It does, but you would need a Joe, and I'm just using it because we just had him in the conversation. You would need Joel Embiid to be there, start the game, and say, "Hey, I'm giving you 22 minutes."
But
tonight."
here's the thing, though. When you don't legislate it that way, then the players took it into their own hands, and this is where load
Just gotta
management.
take a week off.
This is where load management started. If you are not going to, I have to be the one most concerned with my career, right?
Right.
When we first started hearing this phrase, it was with Kawhi. Turns out he was right with the whole Spurs thing because as we see, he still ain't right today. He was right with them, and he was right with the Clippers. So you have to take these things into your own hands. And so there are a lot of reasons why people think the NBA ratings are down. People are saying it's because of threes. People are saying because the league allows players to voice their opinions.
No, because y'all don't love OKC. If y'all spent more time watching OKC basketball, y'all would fall in love with the game again. Y'all spend
I don't
more
see
time.
how you fall out of love with the game. The best player in the NBA right now, Nikola Jokic, plays the game in a beautiful way. Like, you gotta love watching that.
Yeah,
right?
y'all tell him only trees matter. So for him to have the ball up here for 20 minutes doing this, nobody watching that. So
I am.
I am
Views matter,
too.
though.
I am too. But at the same time, you look at players like Jokic, you look at what OKC is doing.
Here's my thing with the NBA, right? And I understand why you have the playing game because it's more games, it's more teams that are able to participate in quote unquote the postseason or before they get there. But I will go back to it. Football is king. NFL is king. When you have 16 games, every game matters. And the thing is, it's so few games that even if your team isn't good like our teams, you're still watching them be dead. Like, you're watching them be dead. But football is always going to win. Like you say, once football season's over after All-Star break, you're going to see the basketball tick go up because people are going to say, "Oh,
Traditionally,
no.
that's always what it's been
I need my sports." Once that Super Bowl is over, that becomes the main sport again.
That's always been the trend. Like, post Super Bowl, NBA is going to dominate. Y'all want to spend the last 5 minutes talking about LeBron?
No.
Absolutely. So, what do
Festivus.
what do we think about the? Let's just get Cardo's Laker takes on this. LeBron taking the time and stepping away. Was that? First of all, what do you think that was?
I don't know. This is the problem I have with it.
Midlife crisis.
This is the problem I have with it. Heavy on. I respect LeBron,
You have to.
but he's becoming too much of the focus.
He's been the focus his
Hold on.
entire life.
Hear me out. I was cool with a 34-year-old LeBron, a 35-year-old LeBron. This LeBron, though. I need Anthony Davis to step up, lead the team.
I think
Let
LeBron
LeBron
wants
be-
that.
Let LeBron be in and out. Let LeBron take his rest. Let LeBron do all of these. This is your team. You should be the guiding voice. You can't be the guy sitting in the back and letting D'Angelo Russell lead conversation. That's problematic from the start.
Cardo, not just in sports, but in every area of life, nobody gives you power. You have to take it. LeBron was saying that from day one. For this to work, this has to be Anthony
Which I was
Davis'
teaching him
team.
in Kentucky. I think we need to go back to the roots
How
to
to
figure this
how to
out.
win a
How
national
to, how to
title.
win a natty, how to become an elite defensive
What John
player.
Calipari doing now? Can we pay him just to like do?
Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas.
No, but we just need him to be like an AD. With
You got
Spurs
like
for the-
10 million a year.
Like,
He can cost a lot.
because all you got to do is tell Jokic horses,
Consultants
and
charge
he's ready to
triple.
go.
Yeah.
AD is like, is nothing to say.
You know the most frustrating part is like you see it in spurts. Because there are games when you see it where it's like, oh, he's trying to put himself back into the conversation because him and Giannis used to be a real thing. Like, who's better?
You want to see what is getting me mad? I feel like he's better than both Jokic and Giannis.
Yeah.
But then when you see him, it's like
It's the heart.
it makes me feel like
I don't think he's better than Giannis. I don't think you could say he's in the conversation
Now-
with them. He
now,
can be in the conversation
if
with
AD
them.
wants to play
Hold on, this-
basketball,
you know this Niles boy, right?
He is better if he wants to play basketball.
I'm certain he wants to play basketball, but saying he's better than Jokic and Giannis is crazy. You can say he's in the conversation. He could be on
Anthony
their
Davis
tier.
can go out any single night he wants to.
I hear you.
And drop 60 points the easy way.
I hear you. No, Nikola Jokic is also a 3-time MVP.
Yes, because AD refused to play basketball on a nightly basis.
I don't think it's because he's refusing. I think listen, I'm not even begrudging him being in the conversation. I'm just saying you being as good as 2 MVPs, as 2 guys that have won finals MVP, that's a lot.
Bro, if AD had
I feel like Carter has a lot to grieve, and it's Festivus on Monday, so you got to hold the.
What is it?
There you go. Now you
The
can
airing
grieve.
of grievances.
Airing of grievances.
Oh, all I'm saying is
John
if,
wants to get his Festivus takes off.
all I'm saying is if he showed up night
Mm-hmm.
after night, he could potentially be the best player in the league right now. With Giannis doing his thing. With
But I think
Look
this,
how much more powerful that
Jokic.
was.
But I think this is what that was supposed to be the path for the Lakers. But what is LeBron supposed to do if that's not coming to fruition?
that's his boy. Get your boy, sit down, figure it out. Take that little break you took. Hey, take that off. Let's go. Hop on the plane. Let's go figure some stuff out.
Carter blood pressure up there.
Like,
Can
it's,
tell.
bro, anyway, cool.
Should have
cool.
kept Bronny.
Cool. We should have. At least give us something to watch. You see what he doing in the G League? South Bay Lakers is the best program on TV right now.
So I saw a stat. I was supposed to save it, and we should be able to cite it here. But his jersey sales,
Insane.
everyone was questioning why would this happen? Why would they let this
He
man's
sold-
son just do whatever
He
he
sold
wants?
500,000 jerseys in the space of 3 weeks.
And all of a sudden, it's like everyone in their chat group that was mindlessly arguing about nothing did not realize that this is all about capitalism. And the NBA is an entertainment
But
league, and you
he
are
can
selling.
also play basketball.
Yeah, sure.
If
fine,
we can
capitalism,
suck
whatever.
like this, pause.
Wow.
Just bring Bronny back up. I'll watch Bronny for the rest of the year while LeBron figure out what he can do. And AD figure out if he want to be in Chicago or in LA.
Shouldn't have gave all the money to Gabe Vincent.
Grievances. See that? It worked.
Anyway, we got 2 minutes left. Let's
Mike-
talk about Junkanoo.
Hold on.
Oh,
Before
sure.
we get
Oh,
there,
go
my
ahead.
grievance for Festivus, since it's Monday, is Andrew selling dreams about coming on Sunday with food, and then doesn't tell no one what's going on, and then I got no food on Sunday.
Andrew is still dreams about coming to do the show with us.
Exactly. That's my grievance. You have a grievance?
Sure.
There you go.
So I think now we gotta explain to people. Festivus is a holiday celebrated by Frank Costanza in lieu of celebrating Christmas. A part of it is there's no Christmas tree, there's just a pole, and then you also air your grievances with everyone around the table. So John has been airing.
Is that a tripod? What is that?
It's
It's
the
our pole.
Festivus pole.
Okay.
So once you have the Festivus pole, it's like having the conch in Lord of the Flies where you get to say, so my grievance, do I have a grievance to air? Boy, most of my grievances I have to air can't be aired. Where were we with the Lakers? Yes, Bronny's jersey sales and capitalism and why all of that happened. Well, yeah, this is what it was. This is what it was supposed to be. But Carter wanted to shift quickly to Junkanoo and get his Junkanoo takes off within the last 3 minutes.
It's really not a take. I'm just trying to figure out if the way forward is the best group on Bay Street. Could we at least declare them the people's champion? Like
We can do that.
Okay,
We can do whatever we want. We
okay.
barely have rules.
Could we get him a trophy too?
You hear how in the preamble to this show how hard Brad Hanna says the views do not reflect.
Now is under the
Radio.
belief that he especially
They recorded that special for us. That is not across the board. Like, they really want you to know what these people you're talking about, they ain't got nothing to do with us.
Nah, I just
So
feel
you're
like
trying to say a way forward going to come out.
Nah, I feel
With
like
the
the
A-game.
pressure's on. They're clearly not performing fairly.
They're just trying to beat world famous. Because that's what I would do. The most petty thing is to just be better than them, right?
Yeah, but then you also have to beat the Saxons. But you can't beat them.
You can't beat
Not
the
when you
Saxons.
have
That's
a-
totally
not when-
ridiculous.
yeah.
You're not beating the Saxons with
I just feel like this could be one of the
Like-
best Jonkanu parades that we've had in a while.
Is this like the
Settle
Kendrick
down.
Drake
Yeah,
Lamar?
yeah.
I mean,
Now, this is why I feel...
Not even close. Because
Hold on, hear me out.
oh my
of them-
God,
yo.
a way forward should come out playing. They not like us.
both of them together
See,
cannot...
now we cooking with gas.
Settle down. Both of them together can't beat the Saxons.
They
Let's
could.
get...
They could.
Let's get...
They could. They could.
Have they?
They've not. They've
You
not.
was
I'm
there
glad we
last,
waited
you
till
was
the
there
end for
last year?
this.
And this is the problem I have. The last 2 years has been problematic because there's been no clear leadership. I think if the Valley Boys could get everything together, I think they could go back to being the premier Jonkanu group.
That'll do it for this edition of the Accredited.
But John's idea about the playing, they not like us, would be excellent. So
That is what
whoever,
the Saxons should play because their group is still together. We will see you next week with our year in review. I have one thing as we exit. Saxons in 5.
800 billion.